Hey guys, this is Cam15 back at it with another video for you guys. I'm back with another My Hero Academia manga chapter review for you guys. It feels so much more, I guess you could say, better saying that than when I do my season 6 episode reviews. I almost come to the point where I'm actually saying manga chapter reviews, but then I can remember. No, this is an anime episode review, but whatever. We are we are back with more My Hero Academia, the manga this week, and we continue the fight between Deku and Shigaraki. And man, what the hell, what the insane chapter we got this week. Just an insane chapter of how strong Deku ultimately is now. And my gosh, so let's get to this chapter. So this is chapter 369, titled A Chain of Events Across the Ages. Now we start the chapter off in a flashback back to the time of when quirks were just a thing, back to pretty much that era when All For One pretty much dominated everything. And we have a point where this is after he fought the second user of One For All, and he has him, he's pretty much choking him out and everything, and monologuing why is it All For One, and he's like, how can this be? Like, what the hell is so different about this guy's quirk and everything? Now he's beating the second user like to a bloodied freaking pulp and everything, and we see a little bit of the face of All For One. Again, they're covering they're showing the eyes, but they're still covering like his face, even though technically we kind of know what his face looks like. But we see it to where it's like he looks like he's crying, like he did something he didn't want to do or something, or maybe like the second user was like a apprentice to him and he didn't want to. I don't know, it's weird. Now all of a sudden the second user tried to shoot this bullet at All For One, trying to kill him, but the thing is, All For One counters that with utter ease and actually stops it. Now he goes on to say his quirk was only meant to work on small objects, never more than a lackluster pea shooter. It would be laughable to describe your actions as any sort of meaningful resistance. Such was your insignificance, you unruly insect. That's all you were meant to be. And we cut to the present, and we see again Deku just kicking Shigaraki down. And it's kind of the thing of the All For One persona being shocked at, like, wait, that's the second user's, that's this guy's quirk. How did it get this strong over this time? Because you remember, as we all know, One For All is a stockpiling quirk, and over time it's going stronger. And we've seen, the second user's freaking quirk be absolutely OP as hell now. So yes, and also too, all For One persona are really Shigaraki. He looks at Deku and he can actually see the other vestiges of One For All behind Deku. So it's actually an interesting thing. He's actually able to see the other vestiges, because this panel he sees the second user of One For All and All For One's brother, the first user of One For All, and he's just like, how the hell can I see them? So yes, so the official with the Viz translations, the quirk the second user has officially, it's called Gear Shift. That's what it's called now. So that's the official thing. So his quirk is called Gear Shift. Again, Deku, he looks freaking badass in this chapter, man. He's coming down, and the thing is, I guess we get a little bit of a monologue about how Gear Shift grew over time. Again, it's the whole thing of, like, much like the other meta abilities in One For All, Gear Shift grew, strength grew alongside One For All. Its scope broadened, allowing it to apply to more diverse targets and function right down to the cellular level. Then there is the pure simple might built up within One for All, a fist imbued with these two overlapping powers. So pretty much it's saying that over the time of Gear Shift being accumulated with the quirk of One for All and being passed around to the many different users, pretty much it broadened the quirk in more of a sense to where it's now can actually affect the cells of the said user who uses this said ability. So literally it's affecting Deku's cells, and it's actually making him a lot stronger, which is absolutely insane. Which means it's making Deku pretty much a freaking deity. And it doesn't matter. After coming out of this thing, Deku is crazily enough gonna come out of this thing being the most powerful, most strongest hero of all fucking time. I think we can actually say, nah, Deku is legitimately stronger than All Might in his fucking prime with all the quirks he's accumulated. And mind you, this is Deku at like age 15, 16. He's still a teenager. And just imagine, freaking adult Deku with all these quirks and the mastery he has of it. Because by an adult, he would have to master these things. He'd be damn near invincible. So it's like, it's funny because when you thought about how Bakugo always made the mention of trying to catch him, that's like really not gonna happen now. Like, this fight alone with Deku and Shigaraki has shown, like, oh no, these guys, they're untouchable. No other heroes can touch them at all, and they're practically freaking gods to an extent. Freaking have to turn my freaking thing off, my TV off, because freaking COD was in the background. But whatever. Deku flies down. He's going in for the Detroit Smash. And again, to show how strong this thing is, how crazy this, how crazy Gear Shift can go. It's making it to where it's making Deku warp the very laws of reality, bro. Enough said, bro. Enough said. Anyways, Deku flies in and uses Detroit Smash quintuple and absolutely just lays it in to freaking Shigaraki. And he's just doing backflip, charging right at him and everything. And Deku's just going all out. And everything. Now, the thing is, a lighter blow than... Now, the all for one, Shigaraki is pretty much like, he gave me a lighter blow, but this time he didn't have that glow he built up. Perhaps it's too fast to perceive, but based on the trajectory of that last hit, I can survive the angle and time into this next one encounter, and I know where he's gonna have. So pretty much Shigaraki's to the point like, okay, I might not be able to find him fast enough because he's moving too fast, but at least I can predict him, and it looks like he's gonna predict him. But we see it how Deku can actually slow himself down because he uses this thing called low gear. He slows himself down, which makes him dodge Shigaraki's attacks. So then Shigaraki ends up getting hit yet again. And pretty much the second user goes on to say, gear shift adjusts the speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. Shouldn't you know that already, all for one? Pretty much saying like, you should already know that I can slow myself down or slow my thing down, but at the same time still keep the same speed I need to keep at. Anyways, that thing is Shigaraki, he ends up trying to dodge the attack and gets away from it, and then he ends up jumping up. Or the thing is, no, not what happens is Deku actually uses Black Whip to pull Shigaraki up, and he's like, what the hell's going on? And Deku goes on to say, after adjusting my timing, I can use the Force Danger Sense to detect the threat you give me, and using the smoke screen from the 6th user of One for All to obscure his vision. Then I can use Nanashimura's ability to give me some height, and then use Black Whip to catch him off guard, wrap him up, and and be able to set him up for my final attack. And he goes on, and Deku goes on to say, finally, that earlier quintuplet attack gave me a refill of the 3rd Fajin. And you get this amazing panel to where Deku's going in for a punch, and all the other vestiges are right behind him, looking like they're giving a punch. Even you see the little fiery vestige of All Might even gearing up for a punch. And Deku's pretty much charging up for another blast of overdrive, with the second, user's quirks. And the thing is, the second user goes on to talk, our meta abilities were never what you should have been wary of. Rather, you should have feared the reason why someone chooses to use their gifts. The true power resides within an individual's intent. This is why this time I'm giving it everything I've got. You're gonna be the one to complete One for All. That's what Daigoro Bongo told Deku and everything. And Deku screams out at All for One saying, "You don't get." And it's the whole thing of, you see the cut panels and everything, and pretty much Shigaraki's like, "Silence, you damn idiots!" And the thing is, Deku, his full statement was telling All for One, you don't get to hurt anyone else. And everything. And he absolutely gives a crushing punch to Shigaraki, which breaks apart some of the fingers and everything in his apex form and everything. And the thing is, it goes on the whole thing of the second user going and saying, like, listen, you don't call these men abilities, people call them quirks and everything. So freaking Shigaraki, he looks like he's taken down. He looks like he's taken down for the count. Again, the fingers that were covering him, they're all broken off and everything. And the first user goes on to say, we're resonating One for All with All for One, and All for One with One for All. I can see my brother. The young man with the bean eyes was correct. Which he's meant, and actually that's Shigaraki, or the All for One persona talking within Shigaraki. And what he means by B9 man, he's talking about Mirio. Now, the course of this battle, the chain of events leading to this moment has shaken the balance of the supposed meddling. And the thing is, second user tells Deku, here's your moment, dude. Don't forget what Shimura said, which is the whole thing. Shimura's like, you have to kill Shigaraki. Finish him off for me, please. And pretty much the second user's like, don't let up now. Finish him, finish the job, end this right now. So now Shigaraki monologuing, are they All for One persona within Shigaraki saying, giving everything you've got, you say, and that's business about quirks. Surely you just haven't used a single quirk yet. I've yet to brandish the true value of this body. They're to blame, wretched, insignificant, are in slightly Eraserhead and his merry brats. And this tomb of theirs, their sneaky ramshackle ploy to divide us. The whole sequence of events that led to this moment. And all of a sudden, these lights start to flicker within. You see the panel of Shigaraki, and it's like he's like, ah! And then you see these like lights and everything flashing in the background and everything, and you have to wonder, wait, what the hell's going on here? And Deku picks up, he's like, huh? Because his danger sense goes off, and Deku's like, whoa, what the hell's going on? Even Aizawa's like, wait, there's another trick up his sleeve. And pretty much, Shigaraki screaming, no, not yet. And our will is really truly All for One, within Shigaraki saying, no, not yet. Indeed, Yoichi. The entire chain of events up to now will inevitably spell out victory or defeat for all. Not yet. Victory is still within my grasp. And the chapter ends off with Spinner in a grotesque monster looking state. And I think he's approaching the one building where they're doing the whole comm system, where the comms, they're interacting with the heroes from the battlefield on what's going on. Now, I don't know what Spinner's whole objective is, but it seems like All for One's backup plan has something to do with Spinner. At the same time, it looks like Shigaraki might be having another evolution that potentially could be the final fight between Deku and Shigaraki that leads there too. But it's interesting to see where the Spinner storyline's gonna go. So yeah. And then the fact that I figured that, this is too easy for Deku to win. Shigaraki's gonna have probably one more big power up, and that's when the true ultimate clash. Where, see, the thing is, we've been building up to the fact that Shigaraki has not been able to use all his quirks yet, or the quirks that were bestowed upon him. and you just have a feeling that we're gonna get that fight where it's gonna be Deku's quirks versus pretty much legitimately Shigaraki using all for one thing, and it's gonna be pretty much a climactic battle that way. So I don't know where the story is going to go, but it's absolutely crazy that this guy takes so much punishment and somehow he gets like some crazy evolution with his body. At some point, he's not even freaking human, and it's like, yeah, I can see why Nana Shimura told Deku, you need to kill him, bro. Just, it's not even worth it to try to save him. But like I said, really good chapter, really good chapter. You know, like I said, I've been enjoying this arc with the exception of that Bakugo freaking thing story point in terms of trying to bring him back to life. I still don't like that. But other than that, this arc has been solid. And I have enjoyed it for the most part. But anyways, guys, very intrigued to see where the story goes next. Now we have a break. It sucks, but hey, Horikoshi, take all the breaks you need. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's on this week's manga chapter for My Hero Academia, as well as hit the subscribe button. You want to get more My Hero Academia content, not just for the manga, but as well for the anime as well. Yeah. And I can't wait. So yes, if you're wondering if I'm going to give a Bleach review today, yes, I will be getting a Bleach review today. It will probably be going up super late tonight, because my co-host, the Red Wolf, works in the works pretty much in the morning to the afternoon, but then I work, my late afternoons going into the night, going to the evening. So there will be a Bleach episode 1 review for 1,000 Year Blood War. Yeah, and then that's kind of it. But other than that, guys, catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, stay safe out there. Peace.